Hello, welcome. Hope everything's fine and dandy. Everybody's alright and enjoying the evening. I thought it is a bit of a late one tonight. I just thought I'd try and bring or show you guys a little bit of activity here on the bands. I will flick through the bands, let you have a look. We'll go through start from 10 meters and then work my way through the bands. What can I say? There is a bit of activity here on 20 meters at the minute. I have worked a few stations, so it's quite active for the time of evening. I am currently beaming in towards Europe, so I'll switch that over. Yeah, currently beaming in towards Europe at the minute. Like I say, there is a little bit of activity. Not a great deal. I'm saying not a great deal. Just look at the scope. That's all you've got to do. Just look at the scope. So there is a fair bit of activity there. What is the conditions I'm using? Is what conditions? Yeah. What equipment am I using? Should I say? The IC 7300. Nothing special. 400 watts from the ACOM 1010 and a 2-element tri-bander on 10, 15 and 20 meters. For the other bands, 40. I can use the other aerial on all bands, but I prefer the beam for 20, 15 and 10. No surprise there, given the antenna. The other aerial is the multiband trapped vertical, being the Hustler. It did start life off as a 6-band Hustler. It's now a 9-band. Do have the additional top band on there. I don't have the top band coil. I thought I'd try and save a little bit of money, and made up a coil and a little bit of wire from the top of the aerial coming down around 45 degrees from the aerial. So it's not 90 degrees. It's no 45 or 90, I kind of think. Anyway, regardless, I still have top band on that antenna. It's not brilliant. It's a compromise, being a trapped vertical, but it works for myself. It works brilliant on 40 meters, given I can't get anything up there for 40 meters, given the size of a 40 meter dipole. It's a bit excessive for the location. However, you'd probably say a 2-element beam is a bit over exuberant for what I'm using. So yes, it is one of those. Now, like I say, 20 meters, as you can see on the scope, is quite active. Might actually switch it over from SSB to show you guys a little bit of FT8 from here in the UK, and show you the spread of where the signal's being heard, where my signal's being heard around the globe, as it were. Bear with us. I'm just trying to get the stream up on my phone. I'm trying to multitask. Everybody knows, and it is probably a known fact that we can't really multitask, but hey ho, we'll do give it a try. What can I say? Yes, so 20 meters at the minute. It's active. So what I'm going to do, I'll switch it over to 10 meters. I wasn't holding up much hope. There was signals on FT8 earlier on, and in fact there still is activity there on 10 meters on FT8. So if you're active on the bands and you want to get a few contacts there on 10 meters, there is activity there. Don't ask us where the signal's coming from, because I ain't got a clue, because I don't have that program up and running at the moment. So 20 meters, is, sorry, 10 meters is a little bit of activity on FT8, so maybe a little bit into Europe. 12 meters is a bit of a dead band for me. I don't have a resonant antenna there on 12 meters, as they say. There is, in fact, a little bit of FT8. I'm sure I saw a little bit of FT8 there on 12 meters. Yeah, there is a bit of FT8 on 12, 15. There appears to be a bit of a CW further down, FT8, and looks like somebody tuning up on the band. So 15 may be open. What else do you listen to or for on, for example, 10 meters? I do know that is a little bit on the high side, but never mind. Not just FT8, but a lot of people are forgetting when they listen to the bands. They think, oh, the band's really quiet. Listen out for the weaker signals. By that I mean listen out for the beacons. You'd be surprised at how many beacons you can hear on the band as well. From time to time, when you listen to the band, you can hear CW. You can more or less decipher where the beacon portion of the band is. It is in the band plan. Something to sort of look into when you're going in for your license. Everything is in the band plan. So I was just trying to listen there. I've got audio coming through from the radio, so I can hear what's coming through. So yeah, 15 meters, there was a bit of activity. There is a bit of activity there on FT8 and CW. 17, there is a little bit of activity. I'll actually turn the volume up. So there is a bit of activity there on 17. What aerial am I using for 17? Believe it or not, it's actually the Hustler. I just hit the wrong thing here. Yeah. So 6-band Hustler with 3 additional bands. What's the 3 additional bands? There's a good point. I didn't mention that. The additional bands is in fact 17 meters top band, as I mentioned, and actually 60 meters. I do have that additional on the Hustler. Does it have an impact on the overall performance of the aerial? It will. Is it noticeable? To be honest, not at all. Wait, I don't notice any difference because I've never used anything else. I've used a long wire. I found that to be, I wouldn't say brilliant, but workable. So yeah, 17 meters is a bit of activity. 20 meters. Believe it or not, we'll find the station. We'll listen. So you actually listen to that station there on the Hustler.
Kilowatt 0 Sugar X-ray uniform.
I'll just switch it over to the beam.
Good evening, Max. Thank you for your call. Nice to meet you. Report
so there is a bit of a difference. What's the difference between the aerials for you new guys that are looking to get into the hobby? Believe it or not, vertical antenna is omnidirectional. It will produce a signal 360 degrees at out into the low.
Greeting to
Yeah.
okay to RZ.
A beam is exactly what it
Hope to
says.
meet you on
It's
frequency.
exactly what it
Big
means.
Senior,
It's a beam.
20 dB
It
over
beams
9,
in
my
a
CD
direction.
Tivoli, Tango India,
So,
Victor, Oscar,
for example,
India,
I'm
near Rome.
currently beaming in
Okay,
towards
you have a pilot.
in towards Europe.
Enjoy your
To be
pilot,
precise,
Palena.
what's
110
110 degrees east southeast from here in the northeast UK. So what's that? You're looking at roughly, for example, you probably, well, I'm basically beaming over Austria, Romania, Turkey, Qatar, Jordan, Yemen, Oman, so Middle East. So yeah, when I say I'm beaming in towards Europe, that's the general direction. It's in towards Europe. You hear a lot more European stations, hence why I do mention I'm beaming in towards Europe. So you'll hear a lot of you'll hear us now and again say I'm beaming in towards North America. So then I've turned the beam 180 degrees, so they'll be beaming around 300 degrees, 290, 300 for the east coast of America. So that'll just give you a general idea. When a lot of people are misguided when it comes to where you beam an antenna. Where do you beam it? It's not the direction you actually think. I've had a couple of people say, well, why do you beam it why do you beam it at 190 degrees? How do you know? As everybody knows, the world is round. Unfortunately, you do have the flat earthers. Sorry guys, you do. The world is round. So where you think North America, you're going to be, it depends where you're located, but from here in the UK, I've actually had people say, well, why don't you just beam west? You're not beaming anywhere near the States. You're close, but you're not far. You're too far out. You're actually beaming for the likes of Jamaica. And that's where you're beaming when you beam 270 degrees to the west. When you're using the beam, it's good to have, and believe it or not, a lot of people don't have them when they've got the beams, so they don't know where they're beaming to. A general idea, to get a general idea, is to get yourself a Great Circle DX map. What's one of those? It gives you a central point of your location, and it gives you the bearing of where you want the beam to be pointing to get the best results for certain areas. So you'll have heard us in the past say, I'm beaming for Japan, I'm beaming for Australia. How do I know I'm beaming for those locations? Simple. I have a Great Circle DX map. It gives us an idea of where I need the beam to be pointing to get the general location. Now, how do you get the how do you know you're getting the beam? When you've getting the beam set up, how do you know you're getting the beam pointing in the right direction? Quite simple. Buy yourself a compass. Plain and simple. Get yourself a compass, and then you'll get. I've had it. Yes, I have had it. I've had people say, but using a compass, you're going for magnetic north. Yes, that is to get you in the general direction. Now, magnetic north does shift. Yes, I'm hearing a lot of you guys say, no, it doesn't, it doesn't. Yes, magnetic north does shift. So when you think you're actually using a compass and it's pointing north, it's magnetic north, not true north. So given a location, the UK, I believe, if memory serves us right, I actually set the antenna to 120 degrees magnetic north. Then I deducted 10 degrees off magnetic north to get true north, if memory serves us right. So when I say I'm beaming 120 degrees, I am beaming 120 degrees true north. Don't believe us on this? Take a look, search it. Have a look and search magnetic north versus true north. There is a bit of a write-up on that, so a little bit of science behind it. It is there, so something to think about when you're actually trying to set your beam up and getting the correct heading for the beam. Like I say, I've set mine 10 degrees less than magnetic north, so it's effectively 110 degrees on the rotator. So that's how I've got the aerial set and beaming for a specific area. So I've got true north as opposed to magnetic north. So yeah. I hope I'm not losing people when I talk about the radio. I hope I do make it sort of somewhat interesting-ish. I'm not the best of explaining things, as some of you guys may well be aware. I do get tongue-tied and sort of drift off elsewhere, but that's the joys of bringing you the lives. So what I'm going to do, I'll try and find, actually we'll have a listen on the other bands. 30 meters, believe it or not, is quite busy, especially on FT8. 30 meters, believe it or not, is a CW data mode. There's no sideband, there's no vocal communication on this band. It's dedicated just for CW RTTY data modes, the likes. So 30 meters, it's sort of, dare I say it, a quiet band, but it can be really, really active with CW, RTTY, PSK, PSK 31. All the data modes, digital modes, there's a lot of activity on this band when it's active. As you can see on the scope there, there's a lot of activity there on FT8, so just bear that in mind. 30 meters is a non-vocal band, so you won't or you shouldn't hear vocal communication on that band. What else? 40 meters. Looks looks to be quite active. Do you want to say hi, guys?
Hi guys.
So yeah, sorry, John. Please, you can join. Appreciate it on enjoying the videos. I do appreciate the feedback and what have you. Thanks very much. In a minute. You want to come on?
Yeah.
Do you want to listen or
I just want to watch.
you just want to watch? Okay. So
I have a blue raspberry push pop.
so yeah, as you can see, my little sidekick, she from time to time she does like to have a listen on the radio. We have had occasions where she's actually spoke to a couple of guys, so she's not exactly mic shy. She does like to get on and have a little bit of a chat from time to time, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. So 40 meters, there is a bit of activity there. Again, I'm using the Hustler. 80 meters, I'm getting a lot of noise on 80 meters. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't. It may be something local. I'm not sure, but that does get quite active. Most nights. It is a night band. Top band. Yeah. There's a bit of FT8 down there. There is the occasional voice a little bit further up the band, so there is a bit there for everybody. So 60 metres. Oh, I do apologise. That's I was yeah. Where are we? I'll go like that. Nope. What am I doing?
What are you doing, Dad?
I don't know. That's what I'm after.
Dad?
I'll go back down.
Dad?
Wait a minute. So,
Oh my God.
I don't know why it's gone AM.
How did you do that, Dad?
You go further down.
What you doing?
I'm having a look.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
How are you doing now?
So there's a bit of activity there on.
Eat. I heard it. I heard
Yeah.
some.
There is a bit of activity on FT8 5357. There on FT8. There's a bit of CW there on 60 metres,
Daddy.
and there is a bit of voice. I'll quickly turn that up. See if you can hear that. 2 seconds, babes. So there is a bit of voice on 60 metres.
What is that? Understand?
Hello Lawrence, thanks for joining. Victor Echo 3 Hotel Quebec Mike. Do you want to say hello Lawrence?
Hey, Lawrence. What's that? Understand, Dad? It looks like
I
it's
don't know.
It's good as well.
So yeah, a little bit of activity there on 60 metres. There is a lot of activity on the bands. It depends what you want.
Daddy.
DX wise, so it is quite fun. Yes.
Do you know when I'm playing Phasmophobia?
No.
No, but I'm saying, do you know when I'm playing Phasmophobia?
No.
Can you add Corey, because Corey downloaded Phasmophobia?
All
on
right.
his
We'll see.
laptop.
We'll see. But yeah, that's the bands at the minute on the.
You trapped
I
me.
trapped you.
Yeah, when you were doing
so-
that.
There we go. I was going to do a little bit of voice, but I think it's time for this little lady to go to bed. I'll probably come back a little bit later on and put a bit of activity out there and see what contacts we can get.
Our pink and purple eyes.
Yes, pink and purple eyes. Yeah.
You
So
say
there we go.
pink,
You take it easy, guys. I'll disappear for now, get her off to bed, and I may be back. Well, I'll try and get back a little bit later on and do a little bit of voice activity and bring a bit of activity to the bands.
And can you make me as Pennywise for Halloween? For
Right,
Halloween.
take it easy, guys. We're out of here.
Bye.
7-3, and we'll catch up with you further down the log. Look after yourselves. Regards from here in the northeast UK, in the small station out of the UK. This is Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Bidding you guys a farewell, and 7-3. Look after yourselves.